sort of the chair.
Hello, everybody. I'm here today with Tim Marris. We've just done a song, and we were talking about while we were having our pasty. We were just talking about wheels within wheels, really. You know one person, such a body knows such a body else. Well, I've guessed from your accent, Tim, that you don't come from Wigan, do you?
Oh no, well, everyone says I'm posh up here.
Banbury.
Well, originally Birmingham.
Oh, right.
And then at the age of 10, I moved to Oxfordshire.
Right.
Out into the country, yeah.
And then up to God's own country eventually.
Yeah, about 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah. So what's your... I mean, I know you through the Copple Folk Festival and through working at the Bailiff Bar as well. I've come across you as a sound engineer and also as a fiddle player. Just tell us a bit about your music, you know.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm an accidental fiddle player in that I sort of gave up playing piano when I moved to Banbury. Didn't like my teacher there. I had a guitar, which was not a very nice guitar, and that put me off playing guitar. Yeah. And then there was a fiddle in a cupboard that my dad had been given by his grandfather, and I joined the local Marris team through my sister's boyfriend, who's now husband, and started playing fiddle. And,
sorry, I'm interrupted, but I you know Bernard Cromarty. I've had Bernard here.
Yeah.
And Bernard's a great musician. He's also associated with Morris dancing. But I picked up on something you said just a few minutes ago. That you were associated with the Morris dancing down in Oxfordshire, but it's completely different up here.
Yeah. The Northwest Morris is a totally different style.
Right. Yeah,
it's not so much bells and sticks and hankies.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the Northwestern style, it's quite intricate in terms of all the movements. I'm told it mimics the older machinery of the mills and things, the looms and things.
Oh, interesting.
And it's like patterns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Because Bernard's, I know Bernard's a part of a Morris.
Yeah. I mean, Bernard, the teams that he's involved with tend to be more of the style of the South than the Northwest, as it happens. Yeah.
So how do you get into sound engineering? Because I've seen you controlling that a bit.
Well, okay. I mean, my eldest son is a sound engineer, and I think possibly he's a sound engineer and a musician because of me.
Right.
But you know, he moved on to fairly big things, and because I've played in bands in the South and up here, and I've got a bit of tech knowledge, I seem to have accumulated a bit of a reputation, and I seem to be buying more and more gear. If I get paid to do a gig, then the money goes back into more equipment. So I don't quite know, but yeah, people seem to like it, so I'll do it just as a sideline if I'm asked.
If you like it. Yeah. The thing, what's been good about doing this thing in Jim's kitchen, I've only been doing it for about 5 weeks, and I was just saying to Tim before, I've had 18 different acts, or individuals or duos, but acts. And talking to you, Tim, you work with quite a few of those people, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah.
You work with Lawrence, of course.
Yes, in Rare Old Times, and Steve Higgins.
Yes.
Who you must get it.
Of course, of course. Now, Rare Old Times, you're doing Irish stuff here?
Yes, but we will do, like we've done Dylan today, we'll do a Dylan song. We'll do things like American Pie going into 2468 motorway. And,
I love that song. What's the lineup then? The lineup in that?
The lineup is that Lawrence will play guitar or bass.
Yes.
And Steve will play guitar or banjo. Right. I'll play fiddle.
You play fiddle.
Yeah. Maybe introduce the mandolin soon as well.
There was one thing I've never really spoken to a fiddle player, and do you know when you put rosin on the bow?
Yeah.
And then you play.
Yeah.
Do you have to keep doing that, or will that last you all night?
For a session, that will generally last maybe a couple of times.
Right.
You don't want to overdo that.
No.
Yeah.
So if you didn't put rosin on the bow, it wouldn't sound right, would it not?
I mean, the horsehair does grip the strings without it, but that helps.
Right.
It really helps it.
So it's actually miniature plucking in a way, as it's going past.
It's a sticky substance, so
Yes.
it pulls and lets go of the strings.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you play any other instruments now?
Well, a bit of mandolin.
Yeah.
And I've
Of
got
course, it's the same tuning, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I've
Yeah.
got a tenor banjo, which again, same tuning.
When you play tenor banjo, do you play vibrato tunes on it, or do you strum it, or?
Mainly for tunes.
Yeah.
I'm not a great chord person.
No.
That's something I'm trying to work on at the moment. Yeah.
Well, I'm
It's never
completely
too
the
late.
opposite. I could do learning some tunes, moving away from the chords. But I went to, I think it was last year, Couple Folk Festival, and I might have not have been last year, but possibly the year before. There was a production on, and I know you were there, and I know Bernard Cromarty was there because he was dressed as a judge.
Yes.
Was it a musical play?
That was the March to Peterloo.
That's right.
The Peterloo Massacre. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a collaboration between Lawrence Hoy and Ken Scally.
Yeah. I mean, that sort of thing is magical. To have that local talent putting together, unique pieces, new pieces of work, and getting other musicians and talented people involved. I think it's a great thing. But I think that Couple Festival has it come to an end?
Yes, again, it's old age and illnesses. So yes, I think there's a plan to have a grand day out at the Alison Arms, but the festival, I think, is over. They managed 25 years, I believe.
Wow. Because I know the Aunt Weavers were associated in a few fundraisers for it, and I've every time, the last few years, when I've could, I've gone down and supported it because it's a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
In that little tent, and some of the acts I really enjoyed it.
Keep music live.
Exactly, because we were talking before about what happened with COVID and that, and how it sort of opened the door for
new avenues.
social media, isn't it?
New avenues on social media, collaborations.
Yeah, because I've never been really, I'm not really into social media, but I am with my music, and there's one called Snug Session Strumming Society, isn't there?
That's the Wigan one. That's a session that meets on the first Friday of the month in the afternoon and until last man standing.
Well, is there alcohol involved?
Oh yeah, but it's at Tap and Barrel in Wigan currently.
Yeah.
It started off at the Old Pear Tree, but we outgrew it because that pub's closed at the moment. I think anyway.
It was only the great big room in a pub as well.
Real Crafty.
That's right.
Yeah. But we've ended up back at Tap and Barrel.
Because I have been, on a very rare occasion, I showed my face and did a couple of songs when it was at the Real Crafty. And when I went outside, I got a parking ticket.
No.
And I didn't, so I've never been there. But going talking about the people. Have you worked with Ken Scally?
Well, in terms of doing the Peterloo thing, yes, where I was Reverend Hayes and had also played some incidental background fiddle music to poetry and various other stuff in some of the songs. Yeah.
Well, you've got associations as well with a lot of the big names in folk music.
Yes, over the years.
Fairport.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that. If you
well, Chris is a good mate going back to school days, and I wouldn't call Hugh Flint a folkie, but he's been involved in the times I've known Hugh with some folky type setups. I've been very lucky, fortunate to meet some amazing people in my time playing. Yeah. And
I think one of the things we were talking about as well is the fact that some of these people have become quite famous and known, but with a lot of most musicians, they're very down to earth, aren't they?
Yes.
I find you get the occasional one who's not, but I mean mostly. It doesn't matter how sort of far up the tree they are. They all treat each other the same.
Well, Robert Plant's normally a nice guy. Right. Last time I tried to speak to him, he'd been refused access backstage at Fairport Property Convention.
He had?
Yes. By not only that, by a friend of my partner, Anne.
Yes.
because he wasn't playing,
Right.
he hadn't got the right wristband.
Right.
And they wouldn't let him in. And he was having a real grump.
Was he said, "Do you not know who I am?"
He was having a real grump. I probably did. It was a real grump. Yeah.
And you know it? Do you know AJ Clark?
Oh, of course, yes. Well, I mean, he compares at Crockerbie anyway.
Of
Now, I know
course.
him through Fairport a lot because he does work with Dave Pegg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got. I'm doing a bit of work with, and he's been here with Julia. We had a good chat, and we recorded a couple.
That was a great session.
Yeah, we recorded a couple of Dylan songs, but I'm hoping to keep this thing going.
Yep.
For as long as there's an interest
It's a
in it.
grand idea. Yeah.
So I hope you'll come back again and do another song with me sometime.
We'll have to think on that. Maybe one of your songs.
Oh, well, that would be great.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
But thanks very much, Tim. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. It's been a real pleasure and an absolute honour.
Belting.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.